New York Mets fans are not happy with Steve Cohen, as you can see by this sign held up by a Mets fan stating, "Uncle Steve, we invested in you. 3.182 million record-breaking attendance. What is our return on investment? The worst team in baseball. This is Stern's analytics masterclass." The people are revolting against the king. Steve Cohen, a billionaire. Of course, he views himself as that. You know that Steve Cohen thought he would just be able to throw money around and be lauded as a hero. He loved it. Mets fans loved him at first, but now tides are shifting. Steve Cohen, over the years, has made a few questionable decisions, one of which firing Buck Showalter. 22 years as a manager, Buck Showalter has. If anybody was going to build a winning culture with the Mets, it would have been Buck Showalter. When Buck Showalter speaks, as a Major League Baseball player, you are forced to listen because that man has 22 years of experience managing at the highest level. Okay? Carlos Mendoza, on the other hand, it's his first time managing. The Mets gave him an opportunity. It hits a little bit different when you're in the locker room and you're listening to Carlos Mendoza versus Buck fucking Showalter, okay? One of the best managers ever. Okay, he never won a World Series. I don't care. He's still very successful manager. The New York Mets record since June 13th has been 38-55. That is literally bottom 5 worst in the league since June 13th. And do you want to know why I bring up June 13th? It's because that's when the Mets held their Pride Night. And that alone was fine. I'm okay with that. Have your Pride Night. What I was not okay with was the New York Mets showing the pride flag during the national anthem. That's the problem. I've got videos talking about that when it happened, and, I've been vindicated. It's not like the Mets went on to win the World Series and they proved me wrong. I said from that moment that was a bad omen and half the fan base was slapped in the face. Listen, New York Mets fans, you have some conservative fans. Not all of your fans are liberal. Not all of them are left-leaning. Some of your fans are on the right. Some of your fans are more moderate. Some of your fans just don't think it's fucking appropriate for you to show any other flag during another country's national anthem. Let's say you were at a soccer game in Mexico playing the Mexican national anthem. You think they'd show the American flag at any point? They wouldn't, because it doesn't make sense. The same way how when the U.S. national anthem plays, they shouldn't be showing the Italian flag, they shouldn't be showing the British flag, the Chinese flag, Sudanese. I don't care any way you want to do it. You should not have shown the pride flag during the United States national anthem. That was a bad omen. In a sport like baseball, where rituals are a thing, omens are a thing, the Babe Ruth curse, all these superstitions are real on that diamond. That's not something you do. It fractured the fan base. It soured a lot of people. And this is the result that you get. 38-55, guys. I'm not making that up. Look it up yourself. Mets record since June 13th, Pride Night. Look it up. Another reason that Steve Cohen has been giving me the heebie-jeebies is because I see the red flag in how he negotiated with Pete Alonso. I think that was completely wrong of the Mets front office to do to Pete Alonso. Listen, man, Pete Alonso is homegrown, and he's the guy. He has every Mets record. He will definitely have every Mets offensive record if he's allowed to continue his career with the Mets throughout his career. Pete Alonso is New York Mets. He's one of those iconic players for the Mets. I'm sorry, Francisco Lindor's becoming that, but he's got years with the Indians. Juan Soto's, brand new. He had a career high with the Mets, sure, but he also played for the Yankees. He also played for San Diego. He also played for the Nationals Padres, I wanted to say. He's played for other teams. Okay, this is not like Mr. Met. Pete Alonso is Mr. Met, and the way Steve Cohen and David Stern handled the negotiations, they should have just paid him. They were being way too petty. They didn't want to pay him for whatever reason, and they wanted him to take a hometown discount. They should have made him the highest paid first baseman in baseball for the next 8 to 10 years. That's what they should have done, and that's what they should do now. Now that Pete Alonso has opted out, Pete Alonso is a must sign, and I love Edwin Diaz. He's a must sign too. We must have those two players back. However, if I had to pick one, I'm picking Pete Alonso because, again, Pete Alonso is New York Mets. Pete Alonso will go down as the greatest offensive player in New York Mets history when it's all said and done, if he's allowed to continue in a Mets uniform. You don't throw that away. And, as great as Edwin Diaz is, he played for Seattle. He's played elsewhere, so he's not Mr. Met. I just think you have to honor things like that. You have to show respect where it's due. And Pete Alonso is due his respect, and he's due his money. He's owed, what, quite frankly, the Mets could pay. It's not like he's asking for something the Mets can't do. The Mets just don't want to for some reason. I would have to ask you what that reason could be. That's about all I got for you on this one. I'm not happy with Steve Cohen. Are you happy with him? Let me know in the comments below. Again, as I always say, whether you agree or disagree, it does not matter. Just join the discussion, subscribe for more, and leave a like if you enjoyed the time spent. Thank you. You are all appreciated.